Marshmallows, 4.5%. Disgusting. I don't want this anymore. Disgusting. Going to the gym 1 month, thinking I'll make any gains, and then he's gonna take half a year off as an excuse and say that, oh, but I don't have a gym membership. Then what the fuck was the point of even going to the gym for 1 month? Huh? It's like me going to fucking fat camp for 1 month and then taking half a year off. What the fuck? You have forklift license to carry your mom out of bed or what? Not everyone is rich. I don't understand. I don't think you understand how cheap the gym memberships are. Everyone can afford a gym membership. Everyone. If you can afford to eat out even 4 times a month, you can afford a gym membership. Brother, in Christ, a gym membership costs 2 restaurant pizzas a month. Everyone can afford it. People just cope and lie. Because I can guarantee you that the people that say that they can't afford it, they're spending that exact same money on some other stupid shit instead. Like a dildo for their girlfriend. My gym membership is the cheapest investment you'll ever make in your life. It's practically free. Shaming him? No, I'm not shaming him. I'm just saying the truth. That's the truth. If it feels like shaming, then it's because that's how you're taking it. But that is the truth, though. Everyone can afford a gym membership. But yeah, that's the real explanation, okay? That's what I mean. Just say that. What if you just want to cancel, or you don't want to go? That's fine. That's the real explanation. It was just that the cost is just a cope. That's all I'm saying. Cost is not a cope. If you grew up on government assistance, bucko, I don't eat out, drink, snooze, or smoke. Get a job soon, I'll look as big as you in no time. Yuck. Okay, well, maybe you're the exception then. Because I would say, if anybody is if someone is asking them why they're not doing something that they claim they want to do, and the cope is the cost, then I'd like to see their fucking budget, and they better not spend any money on video games, better not spend any money on going out, better not spend any money on alcohol, better not spend any money on going out eating outside, spending no money on fucking vices like tobacco, alcohol, whatsoever. But if they're not doing that, then okay, fair enough. But this is not exclusive to gym. It's just this is just how every human cope about everything. Okay. For example, I can give you an example where I'm coping about the same thing. I want to start doing indoor climbing again, right? I can go to the gym at the hospital. The extra gym membership is, what is it? I think it's like $30, $40 extra, right? If I say, it's too expensive for me at the moment, I'm lying, that's the cope, I'm lying. The actual honest truth is it's not a priority at the moment. And I'd rather spend that money on something else. That's the truth. No, I think here's the problem though. I do think this. I think the problem is, here's the problem. I think GF is asking random questions. And Blissfully Bleak is identifying as one political side, and then he takes offense to some of the questions and feel like they're very personally attacking his side. But if it's vice versa, he doesn't see the same problem. It's called selective bias, or what is it called? Selective outrage bias. When someone is shitting on the opposite side you don't agree with, you're like, easy clap, that's good argument actually, but if it's against your side, stuff you agree on, then it's like, that's a little unfair, what the hell? Why are you always shitting on my side? Which is fair enough, everyone does it. I tend to try to not do it though. I mean, I guess I don't really identify as a specific side, so I'm what we call unbiased. Easy joke. You trust me, GF, they don't care about me either. Well, they don't care about you because you don't care about them. Have you ever thought about that? Why would you steal my cookies? And why would I care about the cookie thief stealing my cookies? You're stealing my cookies. Man, stop stealing my cookies. Stop stealing my cookies and maybe I'll care. You're stealing my cookies. GF, where do you stand on Palestine versus Israel? Fuck, I don't know. I'm not educated enough, so I actually don't know. If I knew more on the topic and I was more researched, then I'd actually have a stance. But I can't have a stance because I'm fucking illiterate and I'm literally retarded when it comes to their culture and their history, so I have no idea. I can't give you an answer. Giving you an answer would be idiotic. I can't tell you if anything they're doing is justified because I don't know their history and I don't know shit about it. Do you want to know more? No, I don't. I don't care. Just like 99% of people who pretend to care, they don't care. But I don't pretend to care, so I don't care. But I'm honest about not caring. I don't give a fuck about Israel and Palestine. It's outside of my jurisdiction. It's not my realm to care. It doesn't affect me. And I don't care to pretend like I care. That's kind of the point. Obviously, if I did care, I'd do more research. And for the people pretending to care, who are collecting cookie points and virtue points, if they cared, they'd do research on it. But they're not doing research on it. They're ignorant on the topic, and then they pretend like they care. But if you care, you would ipso facto do a fuck ton of research on history. But none of the people who say that they care about the topic are doing any research at all. So they don't care. Have you ever thought about the fact that people just do and say things just for the sake of doing and saying things? You know, when you go out drinking, the point of drinking and talking to strangers, it's called mingling, okay? It's when you talk about shit you don't care about just to fill up the void and just to get to know someone. It's a very human trait that we do it all the time. You talk to your work colleagues all the time. 99% of what you ask them is stuff you don't give a fuck about. You talk about empty stuff, just to make topic of it. There's nothing wrong with it. A little small talk never killed anybody. It's just a natural human thing, you know? You know, just like gym bros going around the gym and being like, oh, yo, bro, what are you lifting today, huh? Bro, what are you lifting today? I'm hitting some back, some chest. Oh, that's awesome, man. Do you think that guy gives a fuck? No, it's small talk. It's not deflection. It's just, if everyone was honest, they'd agree with. This is 99% of human interaction. There's nothing wrong with it. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong and confused. I'm not saying that humans never care. That's the problem. I think you're misunderstanding. There are those 1% of occasions where you're talking to someone you actually care about, like a loved one, maybe a family member, someone you're trying to hook up with. Then you might ask like very inquisitive questions, and you might actually be like motivated, and you can feel that little shine in your eyes. Okay, you can feel the what is it called? Glimpse in your eye? I don't know. Yeah, then that's one thing. That's the 1% of communication, but 99% is all horse shit. It's just filler. It's filler content. Have you ever watched a movie? Huh? Let me ask you that. Have you ever watched a movie? How come 99% of the movie is filler content? Because that's how it works. Yeah, I mean, if you don't believe it, you won't be convinced. But you'll have to get to that point in understanding humans enough, and then you'll see it. Well, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It is just what it is. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. Do you think there's a coincidence that at the end of the day, if I ask you who you talked to, what's the conversations you talked about, you have forgotten 99.9% of every single word you spoke? That's not a coincidence. But you might remember that 1%, like talking to a crush or something. The small, important stuff. You know what it is? You know what the problem is? You can't handle the truth. This is what it is. The problem is people just like living in ignorance. There's nothing wrong with that. But that is what this is about, the denial of basic human traits. This is just denial, because you want to believe that the next person you talk to actually cares about you, because it fills up your day, it gives you some form of fake fulfillment. Just, so you believe that the world is a little bit less shitty. It is ignorance, but sometimes people want to keep that, and it's fine. Blissful ignorance. Or is it called willful ignorance, I think. All of this can be super easily tested, by the way, if you think I'm being nihilistic and I'm being like a dumbass or something, and I'm just being very nihilistic. How about you talk to your friend for an hour, you try to memorize as much as you can of what you talked about, and then you ask them again. You ask them about what you talked about, and you'll see how much that person remembers. This is a little mean, but it's not really fucked up. You can have a friend, you talk about a subject, you give him the answers, then you pretend like you didn't talk about the subject. Bring it up 30 minutes later. Sometimes you can do it within 2 minutes later. And you'll see how that person has no idea that you actually talked about the same subject. Well, yeah, but I think you're misunderstanding. It's not doubting the person. It's not saying that the person is a bad person. I'm saying it's just natural. It's just natural to humans. It's just a natural thing. It's not the person being bad. It's just a natural human thing. That's what I mean. You're not testing it to see if they're a bad person. It's just a reality of people, and you just have to understand that. You shouldn't, I'm not judging people for being like this. It's just natural. I wouldn't judge my friend for being it. If I tested this out, I wouldn't judge him, because I understand that this is the reality of people. That was amazing insight, GF. Thank you, Sage. There's some nice, useful psychology information for y'all. If you want to take it, don't. If you don't want to take it, you'd rather live in blissful ignorance, but that's also fine. Honestly, it's probably a better life to live, to be honest, so I don't blame people for wanting to be in denial. It's the first stage. A motherfucker. Good one. Oh, it does work. Yes. Oh, it's leaking fluid from the thing. I can't tell if it's start working or not. Oh, that's fucking hard. Okay. I mean, it's using appropriate pressure, I assume, at least. So it should do it accurately. If it's releasing fluid, or obviously that's probably rainwater, then it probably means that it's filling up the thing in a good way, hopefully. I think it's maybe a little bit too hard, but what is too hard nowadays? Also, but I've talked about that before, though. Humans typically don't like hearing negativity about things in their life because people don't really want to hear the truth. They get a uncomfortable visceral reaction, because most people just want to kind of, hear positive stuff in general. Again, very natural human thing. But that's, again, it's a very common human lie and a common human stereotype when you know, probably heard a lot like people saying in movies and whatever. It's like when they always do the little trope of I just want to hear the truth. That's all I care about. I just want to hear the truth. But they don't want to hear the truth. They really don't. You can't handle the truth. Busta Rhymes. People want to hear the truth if it aligns with them. That's the truth. That's why selective bias is such a big thing. That's also what causes extremists and Nazis. Right? Selective bias. People searching for specific things they want to see to confirm their confirmation bias. Furthermore, causing a little bubble of extremists. Oh. Perfection. But I do think a good parallel, though, with people that don't want to hear the truth, though. A good parallel to ask yourself, how do you think something like Nazi Germany started? That is exactly the mindset. It would be people like you who didn't want to hear the truth. Because it was too nihilistic for the ideology. You know? Wasn't the social norm. Let's see, hopefully I don't blow a tire, man. That would be very unlucky. I think I have to clamp these down or something. They don't sit very tight. I feel, ooh, that is hard. Oh, I feel like I definitely feel the difference in pressure because I feel elevated. I know it's like a small stupid thing, but I feel like significant difference in elevation because the body is pretty sensitive to such a thing because we have sensual senses that can feel stuff like that. It's like fluid in our ears and shit that control for balance and height and shit like that. So you can sometimes significantly feel a difference in elevation when you're just maybe 1 to 2 centimeters higher up off the ground. Sounds stupid as hell, but yeah. Oh. Now we're talking. This is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the nice perpetual spin of the wheel. The hay of Daniel. Now this is gonna be sick, cunt. It's like a nice. Because I was with the other one. I mean, not the other one. Before I tanked this up with air, it was perpetually, constantly. I was losing speed and momentum. But this is nice. I got fluid. I'm just a little maybe scared that maybe I'm always a little scared. This has never happened to me though, but a tiny bit scared that that it might blow up. You know what I mean? That it's too tanked up. I got fluid. Me and Mrs. Jones. Would be really nice to have like a better stream phone, you know. I really don't like this one. It's quite trash. Oh, it. But then. Right, fucking pedestrians, man. What the fuck? You want to hear some music here? What the fucking ass? My girl. Feel liberating. Just like chill out, bike, chillax, having some fun, shooting b-ball outside of school. Like your time will just whoosh, like nothing. Just chill, enjoy the ride, man. So nice, you just get a nice rhythm of leaning, left, right, putting a little bit more pressure with your body on your left leg, right leg, left, right. You create like a nice symphony while listening to music, and it's so fluid. Fallout. You can pretend like you're jogging too. You can chillax, you can eat like a burrito or something, right? It's awesome. It's like public transportation. But if you just get used to it, you don't have to worry about anything. It doesn't feel like you're not driving the bike. The bike is riding you. Okay? When you just get used to it, you don't have to concentrate, you don't have to look at the road, nothing. You can look down at your phone if you want to. As long as you keep the rhythm, you'll be pure and straight. Just keep the rhythm. Keep the rhythm. So nice, like an NPC, you know? Now uphills, a little harder, you can do it. You'll start to put so much pressure uphill like this. It's not really worth it. The quads are gonna start burning like crazy. So it's better to just get uphill, standing up a little bit. Get on with that. Imagine you hit a rock. Plot holes are actually much safer without your hands on the steering wheel. And rocks, unless it's a goddamn fucking invincible rock, I think you're probably safe. How are you gonna be able to hit a rock without seeing it is the question. I don't think so. Also, and you don't have your hands on the wheel, you have more time to enjoy the road and also more time to spectate the road as well, right? Ah! That was a joke. Ooh, ooh. Maybe a smaller nose. At the head. No, I don't understand, man. You can do anything. Again, it doesn't matter. You can look at chat. And you can do everything too. You can do a U-turn, left turn, illegal turn, 90-degree turn. There's nothing you can't do. Preferably, if you're gonna do it, have the seat a little bit higher. So when you're pushing down on your quads, you're pushing down more with your body weight and not like I'm doing now. My bike seat is lower than the steering wheel. Puts a lot of pressure on my quads. Makes me fatigue much faster. Right, are you gonna drive by or what? Slow ass. Motherfucker. Shakira, Shakira. What's the griddy? Bop! Is that griddy? One of the worst things you can do on potholes and bumps is having too much pressure, gripping too hard onto the bike. Because then when you hit a pothole or whatever, all that kinetic energy is transferred to the bike. What you should do is loosen your asshole a little bit. Stand a little bit on your tippy toes on the wheels. Loosen your grip and just kind of bounce with it. With the pothole, instead of that being transferred to your body, it's being transferred by lifting your bike a little bit. And you just naturally move with the bike. Otherwise you'll get a very uncomfortable shock and strong hit on your asshole.